Hello everyone and welcome you all to this video lecture series of Database Management System. I am Dr. C.S. Raghuvanshi, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, FET, Rama University. In today's video lecture series, we will discuss about one of the most important subject, that is database management system, and this is the very important subject for the student who are pursuing their graduation and post graduation in the computer science and engineering or in computer application. Student, first of all we should understand what the reasons of studying this subject. 90% of the software are exclusively designed for managing and maintaining the data. Means, for example, you can take an example of railway reservation system are designed for managing and maintaining the data. You can take an example of the ERP, enterprise resource planning software, are exclusively designed for managing and storing and monitoring the data of a particular enterprise. You can take an example of banking system. Banking system software are exclusively designed for managing and maintaining the database of the banking system. And you can take any example that is designed especially for managing the data. So you can understand that data is the main part of the software development. So student, if you want to become a successful software developer, so you must be skillful and you must know what are the techniques that you need to manage and storing the data. And the subject, database management system. So the main key entity in the subject is the data, and you must realize the importance of data. There are 4 subjects are designed around the term data. The first subject, that is data structure, second subject is database management system, and third subject is data mining and data warehousing, and the most advanced subject of the computer science is data science. So you can understand and you can realize the importance of data, that 4 subjects are revolving around the term data. The first is data structure, second is the database management system, third one is data mining and data warehousing, and last one and the most important advanced subject is data science. So student, before going in depth about the DBMS, you should clear what the difference between the data structure, database management system, data mining and data science. So you should understand what the content, what the knowledge we explore in the data structure, and what content we will explore in the DBMS, and what techniques we will learn in the data mining, warehousing and the data science. So student, first of all, we will give you some little bit introduction about the difference between the data structure and the database management system. So student, the data structure and DBMS, there is a difference. In the data structure, we explore various structure for storing the data, and also discuss about various algorithms of performing a particular operation over the data. So we are clear, in data structure we study about the structures and also discuss about various algorithms, various methods of performing particular operation over the data. But what we do in the database management system, we are saying again, in DBMS we store the data. We store the data and also perform some operation in order to manipulate and manage the data. But here you should ask one question, sir, we are not getting the clear difference between the data structure and the DBMS. I am telling, in case of the data structure, we store the data in structure and also perform some operation, but the condition is that the data will store and the operation will perform on the data stored in the primary memory. Means here the main concern, the data will store in the primary memory. But in case of the DBMS, we learn the techniques, we learn the methods, we learn the structure of storing data in the secondary memory. So, in the database management system, our main concern is to storing and manipulating data in the hard disk or in the secondary memory. But in the data structure, we concern about the storing data in the primary memory, that is RAM. So, you should ask, so what the necessity, what the need of storing and performing operation in RAM, and what the need of storing and manipulating data in the hard disk. Students, we clearly understand, if you want to perform any operation over the data, if you want to display data to the user, you need to store, you need to fetch data from the disk to the RAM, because we are allowed to perform operation only in the RAM. Whatever operation, whatever manipulation we wish to perform over the data should be stored in only RAM. If data is in the secondary memory, if data is in the hard disk and wish to perform some operation, so the first and the most important thing, first we should fetch the data from the disk to the RAM, and then we are allowed to perform the operation. So, in order to perform the operation, in order to store the data in a RAM, we should learn the techniques and algorithm that comes under the study purview of the subject data structure. So, we are clear, in the data structure, we learn the techniques, we learn the structure, and we learn the algorithm needed to perform operation and store data in the RAM. But in case of the database management system, we learn the techniques, we learn the mechanism used for storing data in the disk, and also learn techniques how to fetch data and what techniques we will use for fetching the data from the disk, so that we can access the data without any delay. So, this is the core difference between the data structure and the database management system. So, student, you should now clear about the difference between the data structure and the database management system. So, you should clear about the difference. Now, come to our main subject of discussion of this video series, that is database management system. So, in database management system, we classify database management system in two parts. First one is simply database, and second part is the management system. So, student, database is a collection of data, or you can say the collection of interrelated data is database. But management system means there should be some program, there should be some set of program to manipulate the data, to perform some operation over the data. For example, suppose I am saying, student, please write a program in C to maintain the student attendance. Means you have to write a program in C for maintaining the student class attendance. That time what you will do? You will start typing program in C, and for storing the student attendance, you will create some text file, or in the text file you will store the student's attendance record. But suppose after storing student attendance in a file, and your principal sir asks you to provide the list of the students who are having less than 75% attendance. So, that time you will write a separate program for preparing the report of the student having less than 75% attendance. Okay. So here there is a one program for getting the list of students having attendance less than 75%. Now, again, principals are asked you to provide the list of students having attendance less than 75% and residing in the hostel. So again you will write a separate program for making the list of students having less than 75% attendance and residing in the college hostel. Great. So now we have a program for storing the student attendance in a file and two program for making the student list having less than 75% attendance and one program for preparing list having 75% less than 75% attendance and residing in the college hostel. Okay. After a month again principals are call you and say now provide the list of students who are having less than 75% attendance but are not residing in the hostel. So in that case you have two options. What option you have? First, prepare the list manually of the student having less than 75% attendance but not in the hostel. Great. And the second option is what? You call to the programmer for making a program preparing the list of students having less than 75% attendance and not living in the hostel. So what will be the best? I think the best is to prepare the list manually, because this is not feasible to call programmer again and again for making a new program for preparing the list. Or suppose after a month again principals are call you and say please provide the list of girls students having less than 75% attendance and living in the hostel. So fourth time what you will do, either you will call to the programmer and make a program to prepare the desired list of students, or you will make the you will prepare the list manually. So these are the two options you are. Great. So students, so this is the limitation of the traditional file database system. Means in the traditional system you make a file for storing the data and write separate program for preparing the report from the database. So this is the limitation of the traditional file system. But right now we are having a number of database system having the capability of storing the data and also have some set of program to prepare the list. So what the example of such type of database management system I am telling. First one and the most important one is the Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL and MS Access. These are the some database applications, database software, or we say database management system having the capability of storing data as well as have some set of program to manipulate and to perform the operation over the data. For example, in an Oracle, suppose you are making a table for storing the student attendance, and after storing the student attendance in a table, you can make any type of the reports. For example, principal sir is asking, Raghuvanshi sir, please provide me the list of students having less than 75% attendance. I will write commands. Select all from student attendance where class equal to Btech, semester equal to 4th and attendance is less than equal to 75. Will provide the list. Again I will write in command, select all from student attendance where branch equal to computer science, course is equal to Btech, semester equal to 4th and attendance less than 75% and residing in hostel. Will provide the list of hostler having less than 75% attendance. Now again I am writing the commands, select all from student attendance where class equal to Btech, semester equal to 4th, residing in hostel, attendance less than 75%, but the sex is girls or female. Means this provide the list of girls students living in the hostel having less than 75% attendance. Means in case of this database management system, there is no need to write separate program for preparing the different list. Whatever list you wish, no need to write separate program. You need to write only a simple SQL command for preparing the list of your desired students. So this is the basic difference between the traditional file system and the database management system. Student, in the next class, we will discuss in detail about the DBMS and the RDBMS. In today's class, we have understood about what the database is, what the database management system is, what the difference between the file system or the database systems, and in the next class we will discuss about the differences between the database management system and relational database management system. So okay student, till then thank you very much for being with me. Have a nice day. Thank you.